Hello movie lovers, Bob for Bob's Movie Review here, and today I'm bringing my unboxing and review of Big Kill on Blu-ray. Be sure to click subscribe and click on the bell icon to be notified whenever I upload great new content. If you enjoy the video, be sure to show it some love and give it a like rating. So this one includes Blu-ray, Christoph, Sanders, Jason Patric, Michael Pare with Lou Diamond Phillips, and Danny Trejo. Big Kill. Definitely, I like that kind of contrast here. They muted the colors up here. We got this kind of bright fire burning down there. Definitely a cool look on that slipcover. Here's a look at the spine. This one is from Cinedigm. Some good artwork here on the back. A tenderfoot from Philadelphia. Two misfit gamblers on the run and a deadly preacher have a date with destiny in a boomtown gone bust called Big Kill. After the death of his wife, Jim, the accountant, has come from the east to join his brother in business. Jake and Travis, two misfit rogues with one foot on each side of the law, have come from the south after being run out of Mexico under a hail of gunfire. What they find in the west is a wild ride, a fight for survival, and a moment of decision that will change them all forever. This one has a 127-minute runtime. And it is rated R for violence, some sexuality, and brief language. There is your side-by-side look. If you guys have seen this one, I'd love to hear thoughts without spoilers down in the comment section below. All right, let's check out the inside. We have a look at the discs. Bright red, Big Kill there. All right, guys, I got to check out Big Kill. This is an action western, and it is directed by Scott Martin. It is rated R and has a 2 hour and 6-minute runtime. It stars Jason Patric, Lou Diamond Phillips, Christoph Sanders, Scott Martin, Clint Hummel, Casey Clyde, Stephanie Beran, Elizabeth McLaughlin, Danny Trejo, Michael Pare, Audrey Walters, and Jermaine Washington. All right, so this movie was about these two guys who probably weren't like really good guys, but not necessarily really bad guys. So he starts off with them in Mexico, and the one guy is with a lady, and the other guy's kind of like the lookout, and the Mexican army comes to attack him, and they kind of get into a gunfight, and they have to escape, and Danny Trejo's like the general or something of the army, and so they're trying to get back from Mexico to Texas, and they get to Texas, and the army keeps chasing them. They get to this small cavalry fort town or something, I don't know exactly what you'd call it. And so then the army is like, hey, you know, you brought your army from Mexico to the United States. That's an act of war. We suggest you go back to Mexico or we'll open fire. And unfortunately, that's all we see of Danny Trejo in this one. I give him a 15 out of 10 on his performance. So then these guys are there for a little while, and then this other guy comes and says he's going to this town called Big Kill, Arizona, and that his brother's there and he owns the saloon, and he's trying to meet up with him. He's from Pennsylvania, I believe it was, and he wants these two guys to come with him and kind of be like his guides and his kind of like guards or whatever, you know, to help him because he's not real experienced in the West. And so they agree to go along on this ride with him, and of course they run into trouble on the way because they're kind of just wanted everywhere they go, I guess. And they end up getting out of it, and they make it to Big Kill. And his brother had told me it was like this booming silver town, and that there's all these people there, and you know, he thought he was going to get there, it was going to be all exciting. He gets there, and it's practically a ghost town. There's a few random people here and there. Nobody seems to have heard of his brother, which is kind of confusing. So not real sure, what was going on. And they're like, well, wait till the mayor comes back. He's out on business. He'll be back in a few days. But then, of course, there's people there. There's only a few people there, but some of them want him dead. But they end up staying. And the mayor comes and they kind of find out some more information. I don't want to give away exactly what it is. So if you guys want to check this out, you won't be surprised. But they're kind of just hanging out at this point, and the mayor's like, oh, you guys stay here. Whatever you need, it's on me. And they find out kind of what happened in the town, and then how kind of like the bad guys took over the town and everybody left. And the mayor's trying to bring it back straight, and he has some plans, but of course the bad guys don't want any of that happening. And there ends up kind of being a standoff between the semi-good guys and the bad guys. And it was a little strange. It wasn't a comedy, but they definitely had some very lighthearted moments. They definitely were trying to be comedic with some of their deliveries and some of their lines and just some of the actions. I did laugh a few times. I just thought they kind of did some real silly things, like they're playing poker and everybody leaves, so then they just start playing Go Fish. It's like, when do you see people play Go Fish in a Western? You know what I mean? So it's just things like that where I just felt like they were just trying to be silly. And also, nobody could shoot each other. Like, even if they were like 5 feet apart, they'd just be like, psh, 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 like just missing constantly. And I could be wrong, but I believe at one point they were even trying to make a joke of it, because they would like cut back and forth to where you couldn't see how far apart they were, and then they would like have the camera spinning around them, and you could see they're like arm length apart or something, and they can't shoot each other. And I don't know if that was supposed to be like a comedic thing they were going for, how a lot of times in these movies people just cannot shoot each other even if they're just arm length away. And I don't know. I thought that's what they were going for, but I could have been wrong. So what I liked about this movie, it was a well-made movie. I do think like at one point, the one actor's audio was a little messed up. That was like my only complaint really about the production of this movie. It just felt like something happened to the audio there. It did not sound right. But otherwise, I mean, it was a really nice looking movie, well put together, well done. I definitely like the story about this guy looking for his brother. And, it's a typical, I think, kind of Western story where you got to have the bad guys and you got to have the good guys and they got to have a standoff and whatnot. So I think that's a pretty typical Western. I don't watch a lot of Westerns though, but I feel like that's a pretty typical story. And I definitely like the actors and their portrayal as the characters. I thought all that was really good. Now, only one thing I really didn't care for in this movie was that it was 2 hours and 6 minutes long. Much too long for a movie of this style. And I felt like there was a lot of filler, a lot of just parts they could have cut out, cut down, made this movie a lot tighter and more interesting. I did enjoy it, but like I say, I think it's just a little too long to really keep you super interested in it for the entire 2 hours. So I think for this one, guys, I'm going to give it a 6.5 out of 10. I truly believe if they had just cut down that runtime, it would have been a much more enjoyable movie. But I hope you guys did enjoy the review. If you did, be sure to leave it a like rating, or you can find more information, including affiliate links to purchase Big Kill, down in the description below. If you haven't already, subscribe for more videos, check out suggested videos, check out my website, BOBSMOVIEREVIEW.com, and I'll see you guys next time.